So casinos and card clubs are an interesting bird under Bank Secrecy Act regulation, and it's become more of an issue because since the Murphy decision, online gaming has been legalized basically everywhere and adopted by a majority of the states. And so the question becomes, if I obtain a license in a New Jersey or a Delaware to provide online gaming, do I need to register as an MSB? And you don't. The short answer is that you don't, because what you have is a exception carved out from registering as an MSB. That doesn't mean, though, that you're not, in fact, required to follow bank secrecy regulation. So, for instance, when you talk about casinos and card clubs, as the statute references, the casinos and card clubs that are subject to regulation are the ones with revenues of $1 million or more. And they, in fact, have to follow bank secrecy guidelines, which include all your AML and KYC requirements. Now, at the state level, most states, like say New Jersey, for instance, have a KYC requirement, and that's because they're limiting or attempting to limit players to the state, right? You're not having somebody from New York trying to play in New Jersey. But, as it relates to Bank Secrecy Act regulation, it's an enhanced KYC AML program that card clubs and casinos, aka online gaming with in excess of $1 million in revenues, would otherwise have to follow. And there's a great deal when you think about, especially physical casinos with CTRs, right, currency transaction reports, and SARS reports, because there is a great, use of cash, right, and cash exceeding $5,000 and $10,000. So you see a prevalence of those, right, and you see a lot more SARS activity with land-based casinos than you do online, obviously, because the availability of cash. And also with chip walking, right? Chip walking is a practice whereby somebody has an unidentified source of chips, right? None of that really applies to online. But what's interesting is that, and this has come up recently a few times with clients of mine, is that you have clients, gaming operations that want to accept Bitcoin or other digital currencies, right? If you're going to accept Bitcoin and you are, let's say, a pure startup with 50,000 in revenue, right, far short of the $1 million threshold, you have to register as an MSB, right? Card club or not, a casino or card club or not, you have to register because you're allowing for the exchange of crypto to fiat or crypto to some other medium, right? And we see this like in the crypto exchange world where you've got the necessity to register as an MSB because you're engaging in crypto to crypto exchange or crypto to some other form of consideration or medium, and that requires MSB. So if you are, in fact, a casino or card club, irrespective of your of your income revenue, you're going to accept any form of crypto, you are going to have to, in fact, register as an MSB, which triggers some additional requirements, right? And those additional requirements are along the lines of an AML program. And, you may be doing them anyway, but registration by itself is a process, and registration by itself is mandatory when you're going to throw crypto into the mix. So something to consider, that I see a lot of online casinos in the States, regulated, licensed, whatever, are accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment, but they're not seemingly registered as money service businesses. So my advice, if you are in that realm and you do have a licensed, state licensed operation for online gaming, if you're going to accept Bitcoin, or even if you're land-based and accept Bitcoin, absolutely have to not only be aware of your Bank Secrecy Act obligations outside of Bitcoin, but the fact that you now have to register and go through the machinations of registering as a money service business and have that enhanced program that you have to follow as it relates to AML and KYC. So if you have any questions, state licensing or Bitcoin gaming, absolutely hit me up, Adam at Adam Tracy, TRACY.io, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. Take care.